Good evening and congratulations, class of 2015. I hope Polytech has been as good for you as you've been for us. I know I'm not alone in saying you will be truly missed, and we can't wait to see what you do next. I believe I have the best job in the world because I'm a teacher, a mentor, a counselor, a coach, a confidant, and a role model for students that share my interest in engineering and technology. I have these students from their freshman year to their senior year. When they graduate, I experience a euphoric pride and joy as a parent. So I'm extremely honored to have been selected to introduce one of my kids as the Salutatorian of 2015, Mr. Mark Seda. Mark's list of accomplishments is too long to mention them all here, but leave it to say he took all the hard classes, went above and beyond, was a top performer, participated in science outreach, robotics, and even ran cross country. So I'll hit some of the highlights that impacted my class. It became glaringly clear to me, and after being with Mark for 1 year, that I was slowing him down. I was confident the best role that I could play was as a facilitator and later as a cheerleader. Mark devours information in science, technology, engineering, and math like no one I have come in contact with. He didn't study for a test. He studied to understand. He researched, shared, and applied what he learned. Mark was often so focused that he could tune out the world. I would call out, "Mark, Mark, Mark." And before long, the class would chime in, everyone barking out Mark like a broken metronome. If you've seen the movie Finding Nemo, it resembles the scene with the seagulls. Mark eats, sleeps, and probably dreams technology. We shared so many conversations on emerging technologies, from nanotubes to space elevators. His insatiable hunger for knowledge is matched only by his incredible work ethic. He mastered the electronics curriculum in 2 years. His senior year in my class was spent producing a personal fitness monitor for his MTD that he got to demonstrate for the governor. He dabbled in computer engineering, computer science, content, and completed online college classes. Mark's kind and caring nature became the source of his biggest distraction, repairing iPhones. He quickly became the iPhone surgeon and was often repairing 3 phones a week, mentoring other technicians to replace him. Along the way, he earned 3 certifications from 2 industry-recognized organizations for electronics and customer service support. His excitement was contagious, and it infected his class, which broke several records of accomplishments that I'll be bragging about for years. He, along with a boatload of classmates, will be studying engineering together at the University of Delaware. Mark was in the top 5 in the nation at Skills USA last year in electronics competition. He still has some unfinished business. He's going back to nationals in a few days to bring home the gold. My mantra to my students is to be competent, capable, and self-sufficient. Mark has epitomized that to new heights. I wouldn't be surprised if he is part of the first space elevator project. Your 2015 Salutatorian, Mr. Mark Seda.
Hello. So today I am here to say a few words to all of you, family, the staff at Polytech, and of course my fellow students. Today we are passing from one stage of life into another. Moving from high school to college or work is a big step, and one that can't be taken lightly. At each stage of life, we get the chance to define and even redefine who we are. Looking back, coming to Polytech was a chance for me to do just that. As we prepare to begin the next stage of our lives, I want to touch on a part of my personal experience and how Polytech offered me a way to begin anew. So for those who know me well, I can certainly be a bit quirky. In fact, I used to be even more so during grade school, which some of you from the Capital School District can probably remember. You might be thinking, why is he bringing this up? Well, I actually have what is known as Asperger's syndrome. Now, Asperger's is a form of high-functioning autism, albeit without any speech disabilities. For an illustration, anyone here ever seen The Big Bang Theory? So, Sheldon Cooper from the show has many Asperger-like traits: extreme attention to detail, devotion to his interests, and a rather obvious and comical lack of social skills. I find myself sharing many of these traits, with some more prevalent than others. Nowadays, I can easily slide under the radar without anyone thinking that I would have any form of disability, but this was not always the case. Back in the 3rd grade when I was diagnosed, I couldn't even look my counselor in the eye. It was painful just to make eye contact. I didn't get most figures of speech, and I didn't understand nonverbal cues. School was extremely challenging as a result, and fellow students often bullied me. But after being diagnosed, I took action. With supportive family, supportive school staff, friends, I learned nonverbal communication in much the same way one can learn a second language. By letting my closest friends know, I was able to find support. Every year, things got better. By the end of 8th grade, I had made sufficient progress that I no longer met the criteria for treatment. Although I will never understand nonverbal communication like a native speaker, such as all of you, I can now appreciate a whole new dimension of human communication. So at the end of 8th grade, I began weighing my high school options, much as like all of us have had to weigh our college options this year. After years with the same group of students, good and bad, I saw Polytech as my chance to begin again. Getting to join a school where no one had any preconceived notions of me was very appealing. My parents were hesitant because all my siblings had gone to Dover High, but looking back, I know I made the right choice. The decision to come to Polytech turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever made. With the electronics shop, I had a way to utilize my interest in technology in an academic setting, and no other school could have offered me an opportunity like that. With cross-country, I had a chance to meet new friends and push myself physically. In the classroom, teachers have taught me so much, and I'm thankful for the time I've had with all of them. Overall, the atmosphere at Polytech has been incredibly supportive over the years, and I couldn't ask for a better group of classmates. It's been great getting to know all of you. So, as we prepare to head off for college, work, or anywhere else, remember, you have an opportunity to begin anew. Anything is possible if you set out to accomplish it. Whatever your weaknesses, be willing to acknowledge and accept them. Be humble enough to admit them to others and allow them to help you overcome. Focus on your strengths and find your niche where you can thrive. As you enter the working world, you have a chance to improve the world around you and show everyone who you truly are. I've changed drastically in many ways since 3rd grade, and I'm sure I'll change just as much by the time I leave college. I may have struggled to keep my eye on whomever I was talking to in grade school, but here I am today looking all of you in the eye. So, whatever fears you may have, don't look away. Look them in the eye and don't let fear hold you back. As Nike has famously put it, just do it. Let us go out from Polytech ready to begin a new and exciting chapter of our lives. Thank you.
Mark, on behalf of Polytech School District and the Polytech High School, in recognition of your accomplishments, I would like to present you with your Salutatorian Award.
Thank you.